Mr. President, international educational development and its working partners, Iran Human Rights, Together Against the Death Penalty and Kurdistan Human Rights Geneva, have followed closely the use of the death penalty for drug-related charges. We particularly have been concerned about the large number of executions for drug offenses in the Islamic Republic of Iran. Most executions in Iran stem from drug-related charges. According to Iran Human Rights, more than 2,500 people have been executed for drug-related charges in the last 5 years. More than 500 in 2015 alone. Most of the victims belong to the poor and marginalized groups in the Iranian society. According to the official reports, the executions have not deterred crime, rather trafficking and addiction are increasing. Some of those convicted are in fact innocent. For example, Mahmood Amiry-Moghaddam was a school teacher executed on September 7, 2015, solely based on false testimony by a drug convict who had withdrawn the testimony twice. The United Nations Office for Drugs and Crimes, UNODC, continues to cooperate with Iran on law enforcement against drug trafficking, in part funded by Germany, France and Italy, leading to increased arrest of alleged drug offenders and increased executions. We call on the UNODC and donor countries cooperating with Iran to condition their cooperation on a moratorium on the death penalty for drug-related crimes, and we call on the Iranian authorities to impose an immediate moratorium on the death penalty for drug offenses. Thank you.
Mr. Lalle Demos, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Dreyfus. In my previous statement, I referred to 4 good practices in response to Mexico. The one, of course, that I was missing, and some people have already mentioned, is, of course, the issue of access to pain medication. This has to be one of our more fundamental goals. Secondly, I should like to honor a statement made by an NGO referring to Iran, not only because he deserves a full answer, but also because he has mentioned other countries as donors to the UNODC. First of all, we have a new country program in Iran indeed, worked out not only with the Iranian authorities but also with a number of member states. It is actually very strong on issues of health, of prevention, of harm reduction, both in communities and in prison settings. And as regards law enforcement, I am not so sure which law enforcement activities our colleague from the NGO refers to, but surely they would not have passed the sanctions committee. We do have activities in law enforcement, but they are about implementing best international practices in cross-border cooperation. There is a triangular initiative linking Iran with Pakistan and Afghanistan, doing very important work of confidence building across borders. There's a lot of these activities that we are in fact implementing in Iran, but we're far, far away from any of the suggestions that were made. Thank you very much.